The recent Modern Language Teachers Association of Victoria Conference brought together a group of new teachers and teacher mentors to be part of the ongoing MLTAV mentoring project. The project, which has been running for 15 years, brings together P-12 language teachers from all parts of Victoria, covering all languages and all school sectors, to help language teachers in their first years of practice. We spoke to Nicole Struthers and Kathleen, two recent products of this program, about how it works and how it has benefited their practice.
The mentoring project is run by the MLTAV and supported by the Victorian Government, and what it does is it pairs up a teacher with experience with another language teacher in the first 5 years of their practice, and the idea is it gives you some support. Most language teachers in the school are very isolated. So it gives the language teacher somebody to bounce ideas off, somebody to talk to, and somebody to ask specific questions that are unique to language teaching. Language teachers can teach up to 600 or 700 students in a week. No other teachers in the school would have the similar experience. So it just gives them somebody to talk to and somebody to support them to keep them in the teaching sort of environment.
So for the mentor project, I registered online and we came to the conference, and at that time we didn't know we were paired up together, and at that time we met, I guess the mentors met their mentees, and so that's when Kathleen and I had met. But we had actually previously met because I'd actually gone to her school to observe her teaching before.
Well, I guess when we first met, we had a chat about how Nicole was experiencing the beginning of her teaching career, and I think it was a bit of a challenging year, that first year, because it really is very different being at uni to being thrown into a classroom and having to teach that many children every week, some of whom don't love languages as much as us. So I guess we talked about challenges, and then about
sort of evolved over time. At the start it was more a lot of questions that I had asking an experienced teacher, but then sort of over time it grew to collaboration work together, planning work together, bouncing ideas off each other as well.
And I think we visited each other's school and sat down after that and had a chat about, you know, things that we saw that we liked and things that we could both work on, because I got as much out of it as Nicole did. You know, I got to see her classroom and I was taking photos all around because she's got brilliant ideas.
So being a part of the mentor project was a really positive experience for me. Being able to work with an experienced teacher, it gave me the opportunity to ask questions that were specific to Japanese. I work at a school where I'm the only Japanese teacher, so to have that support network was really beneficial for me. So part of being Kathleen's mentee is part of the observations. I was able to observe and take things away with me. Also ask her questions specific to the language, like when do you teach hiragana? How do you teach hiragana? And I was able to apply that to my own teaching as well. And through bouncing ideas off each other, we were able to co-create units of work together. And I think through the program, my confidence also grew as a beginning teacher.
I think sometimes it's just having somebody to speak to, somebody to either email or ring or Skype and say, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get the data to meet the requirements for reporting, or how do I work out what I put into the reporting statements when I've only got 40 minutes a week or 50 minutes a week, and how do I actually achieve that? And I think having the experience in the classroom and having done it for many, many years, you know, you learn what corners you have to cut and what things you have to tick off. And when you first come into teaching, you have all of the requirements in your head, and you don't really necessarily understand how to put it straight into the classroom, because it's very difficult theory to practice. So it's just, you know, giving those little hints in practice, that ways you can meet requirements, meet curriculum standards without having to go through all of the theory. You know, in the classroom, it's actually not as difficult as it can seem at times. And it's wonderful seeing teachers become really confident and start going, oh look, I can do it this way. It's a really good feeling actually. As a mentor, I think I feel very lucky to be a part of this program because I've mentored, I think, five teachers now, and I'm still in contact with all of them. And it's become this network of teachers. You know, when you work with another teacher, I think you sort of inspire each other a little bit. You know, it's very difficult to sit down and do work on your own, particularly with the huge amount that we have. And when you sit and talk with another person and bounce ideas off each other, it sort of becomes a little bit more social, it becomes a bit more fun, and the end product becomes better. So I think as a mentor, I enjoy working with other teachers from the start. I enjoy working with other teachers because I think I become better with the feedback of other teachers. But I also get a lot of joy out of seeing teachers come into the profession and grow in confidence and become really incredible teachers. And I think with Nicole, she's now presented at the JLTAV Conference. So, you know, she did it herself, but I feel like maybe I had a little bit to do with making her, giving her that confidence. And, we're teachers, whether we teach kids or whether we help other teachers, it's all part of the job, and it really is very satisfying.
So I found the mentoring project really beneficial. As I said before, I'm the only Japanese teacher at my school. So to be able to work with an experienced teacher was really amazing. So, and working together with Kathleen. And even though we finished the program about 2 years ago now, we have continued to always work together. We've co-presented at the state conference together this year. And I'm also part of the SHUA project with the JLTAV, and I'm also now on the committee for the JLTAV as well as secretary. So if you'd asked me this in my first 1 or 2 years of teaching, I probably wouldn't think that I am where I am now.
I think you move from mentor-mentoree to colleagues and then on to friends really in some cases, which is really lovely.
And we work really well together, so we can easily bounce off each other or share ideas and build on ideas together as well. So it's really, I guess, and it's created a bigger network as well because I know the other, students that Kathleen mentored, so we've sort of become a network ourselves, a little Japanese network.